Every year, over 2 million animals in Kenya pack their bags, hooves, and hit the road. This epic journey, known as the Great Migration, is one of the largest wildlife spectacles on Earth. Why do they travel such massive distances? Nature's survival game is more intense than you think. Come to Kenya to see it for yourself. Kenya is located in East Africa and lies on the equator across the sea. Kenya not only has a variety of natural terrains, such as grasslands, valleys, plains, and high mountains, but also has an extremely rich and unique cultural identity. This is also a unique feature that helps Kenya attract more and more international tourists. Because it is located on the equator, many people mistakenly think that Kenya is extremely hot and arid. In fact, it is not like that. Kenya is located next to the sea, and the plateaus stretch out, so the weather here is extremely cool, even only fluctuating from 15 to 25 degrees, very suitable for traveling. Before continuing the video, we have a quiz for you. Arrange the following letters to name a capital city in Kenya. We have a hint. This bustling city is the only capital in the world, with a national park right on its doorstep. Please comment your answer below this video. Get your camera ready, we're going in. Some places stir a deep longing for adventure, where nature still rules and time feels like it stands still. The Masai Mara captures that feeling with its vast plains and ancient rhythm. Golden savannahs stretch endlessly, dotted with acacia trees and wildlife moving freely beneath wide African skies. The Masai Mara is home to iconic animals like lions, elephants, zebras, and the elusive cheetah. Each year, the Great Migration fills the land with thousands of wildebeest and dramatic scenes of survival. Photographers are drawn here for the chance to capture raw moments of beauty and untamed life. The region's dramatic escarpments and quiet riverbanks offer breathtaking contrasts in every direction. Visiting a Maasai village reveals proud traditions still thriving beside this world-famous reserve. Guests can witness dances, learn customs, and see how the Maasai live in harmony with the land. A hot air balloon ride gives a peaceful view of the savanna awakening with movement below. The Masai Mara is more than a safari. It's a place where every moment feels unforgettable. Conservation efforts work to protect this rare balance of wildlife, culture, and fragile habitat. Some lakes shimmer with color, but few in the world have ever radiated the surreal pink hue that once made Lake Nakuru an unforgettable natural wonder. Nestled within Nakuru National Park, this iconic lake was once blanketed by over 1 million flamingos, creating a breathtaking sea of pink feathers across the water. Although rising floodwaters have drastically reduced their numbers, the park continues to thrive as a sanctuary for hundreds of rare and beautiful bird species. Lake Nakuru is still home to over 400 bird species, including the striking African fish eagle, long-tailed widowbird, and the dazzlingly iridescent shining sunbird. Even with fewer flamingos than before, Lake Nakuru remains one of Kenya's most captivating safari destinations for wildlife and birdwatching alike. Some border towns quietly hum with life, while others like Loitokitok hold untapped potential waiting to be fully realized. Unlike the busier towns of Kitengela and Namanga, Loitokitok has long struggled to match their commercial momentum. Despite this, much of the fresh produce, sold in Loitokitok, eventually makes its way to bustling markets in Nairobi. Located some 255 kilometers from Kenya's capital, Loitokitok lies on the lush slopes beneath Africa's tallest mountain. The town benefits from a steady supply of food from both Kenya and neighboring Tanzania, which fuels vibrant trade along the border. Known locally as Ololokwe by the Maasai community, this town acts as a cultural and commercial bridge between two nations. The multicultural identity of Loitokitok adds to its charm, with various ethnic groups contributing to its colorful social fabric. Mount Kilimanjaro's presence looms large, offering a majestic backdrop that defines the town's scenic setting and geographic significance. Previously an administrative center, Loitokitok now thrives as a modest hub with a hospital, an airstrip, and key public services. Water access for over 60,000 residents is now close to full implementation, according to the Kajiado County government. The Ololokwe water supply project is harnessing solar power to make clean water more accessible and affordable. A massive solar energy system of 4,720 panels will generate 1.5 milliwatt to power this sustainable water initiative. The county government's urban upgrade program is reshaping the town's landscape with paved roads and improved infrastructure. Assuming you are a volunteer, what policies do you have to help this place grow in the next few years? A 9-acre integrated market at Ilocit is nearly complete and will soon accommodate up to 500 local traders. Loitokitok remains a place of promise, where border trade, cultural exchange, and community growth continue to shape its future. Not all beaches are created equal, and some stretch far beyond the typical sun and sand experience. South of Mombasa lies a shimmering coastline where interconnected beaches come together to form the celebrated Diani Beach. Diani Beach is beloved coastal gems, each span an impressive 15 kilometers of pristine white sand. The sand here is ultra-fine and so brilliantly white that it glows under the sun, especially during low tide. When the tide recedes, the beach can stretch as wide as 150 meters, revealing a vast playground of soft sand. A coral reef about a kilometer offshore forms a natural barrier, sheltering Diani's calm lagoon waters. These calm waters make the beach ideal, not only for sunbathing, but also for a variety of active recreations. Constant coastal winds create perfect wave conditions, although the nearby reef helps keep their size manageable. Diani's charm extends beyond its surface beauty, with marine parks protecting the surrounding waters and fragile ecosystems. These parks offer exceptional snorkeling and diving opportunities, where visitors can explore vibrant coral reefs teeming with life. Kenya's coastline is among the few places on Earth where reef sharks are often spotted in their natural habitat. Beneath the waves, endangered green and hawksbill turtles glide peacefully, offering rare encounters for lucky divers. Diani Beach is also a playground for thrill seekers, offering everything from paddleboarding to kite surfing and scuba diving. When the horizon shimmers beneath Africa's tallest peak, few places capture that raw beauty and ancient rhythm quite like the untamed heartland of Amboseli. Here, earth meets sky in sweeping, sun-baked plains that suddenly burst into swamps, alive with movement and color. Although Amboseli means a salty, dry place in the Ma language, secret waters from Kilimanjaro flow underground, feeding green patches teeming with life. These wetlands attract majestic elephants, their towering forms reflected in still pools, alongside vibrant birds that transform the sky with every flap of their wings. During heavy rains, dry plains turn into shallow lakes that welcome over 400 bird species, including flamingos, wading through temporary waters. To protect fragile ecosystems, certain swamp forests are fenced, giving trees a chance to recover from decades of elephant browsing. The park's compact size allows for easy exploration, while rangers ensure its landscapes remain pristine and protected throughout the year. But Amboseli isn't just about wildlife. It breathes with the stories and songs of the Maasai people who've long lived in harmony with nature. Their deep-rooted traditions and seasonal livestock movements shape this land's identity and maintain a delicate ecological balance. Because of this unique coexistence, Amboseli was designated a UNESCO Man and Biosphere Reserve in 1991. During the dry season, wildlife clusters near water sources within the basin, painting vivid scenes of survival and adaptation. Once the rains arrive, animals disperse widely, following fresh pastures into the open savannahs that surround the park. In Amboseli, every sunrise reveals a landscape shaped by both nature's rhythm and the enduring spirit of its people. If you have been here, comment number 8. If you have not been here, comment number 0. Few landscapes on Earth reveal the planet's dramatic past and future, like the mighty Great Rift Valley, stretching across East Africa's surface, with ancient, visible scars. This immense geological fault system extends over 6,400 kilometers, with some sections wide enough to host entire lakes, savannahs, and thriving ecosystems. Not merely a crack in the Earth's crust, the Great Rift Valley forms part of the East African Rift System, one of the planet's most significant tectonic features. Its dual branches reach from the Middle East through Ethiopia and Kenya, shaping valleys, mountains, and lakes like Turkana, Magadi, and Naivasha. Viewed from space, the valley appears like a colossal wound, etched by millions of years of continental drift and intense tectonic activity. This shifting landscape has long provided clues about human evolution, with fossils and ancient tools discovered along former migratory corridors. Recent discoveries in the Jordan Rift Valley suggest early humans navigated through grassy plains, not deserts, during their journeys beyond Africa. These savannas likely supported life, offering water, food, and shelter that helped early hominins survive harsh transitions and expand across continents. The valley's fossil record continues to reveal how climate, geography, and survival are deeply intertwined throughout evolutionary history. Today, studying the Great Rift Valley helps scientists anticipate future climate patterns and understand the environmental shifts shaping our planet's fate. At first glance, Lake Elementaita might seem like just another Rift Valley lake, but hidden beneath its waters and soil are stories stretching back over 700,000 years. Kariandusi, near the lake basin, holds archaeological treasures from the Oldowan period, including ancient stone tools used by early humans long before recorded history. High in the nearby Iburu Mountains, obsidian mining evidence shows an active trade network that dates back over 3,000 years, linking early communities through this prized volcanic glass. Later, Neolithic pastoralists settled the area, followed by the Maasai people, who named the lake Elementaita, embedding cultural meaning into the land and waters. During colonial times, the fertile lands between Elementaita and Naivasha were seized for livestock and game ranching by Lord Delamere, altering the region's social and ecological dynamics. In 1999, Lake Elementaita was recognized as an important bird area, and by 2005, it gained Ramsar wetland status for its exceptional biodiversity and bird habitats. Its global importance was further cemented in 2011 when UNESCO named it part of the Kenya Lake System World Heritage Site, along with Lakes Nakuru and Bogoria. Thousands of birds, including flamingos, pelicans, kingfishers, harriers, sunbirds, and Ruppel's vulture, make this shimmering soda lake one of the finest birdwatching sites in East Africa. Adding to its allure, the lake features Kikope hot springs and is surrounded by bushy plains euphorbia trees, and rich acacia woodlands that enhance its wild beauty. Although the lake is stunning year-round, the dry months from June to October and January to February offer the best travel conditions with less rain and easier road access. Rising abruptly from the dry plains of northern Kenya, Mount Ololokwe captivates travelers with its dramatic form and spiritual importance among the local Samburu people. Also known as Ol Doinyo Sabache, this sacred mountain dominates Samburu County and promises one of the country's most memorable and rewarding hiking experiences. The trail up Mount Ololokwe starts off steep, cutting through rocky slopes and thorny bushes, demanding a steady pace and a decent level of physical fitness. As you ascend higher, the landscape transforms, yet the steep gradient and rugged terrain continue to challenge even seasoned hikers on this physically demanding route. Though tough at times, the effort is richly rewarded with sweeping views, a unique environment, and the peaceful isolation of this awe-inspiring natural wonder. Those with prior hiking experience will find the trek manageable, though it's essential to come prepared for a strenuous and remote climb. While it's legally allowed to hike without a guide, enlisting one is highly recommended for safety, cultural insights, and navigating the lesser-known paths. Local guides share stories of the mountain's significance, explain the plant and animal life, and assist with the more challenging parts of the hike. Choosing a guide also helps support the Samburu community economically and ensures you have knowledgeable company along the way. If you plan to camp overnight on the mountain, be aware that an armed ranger is required for protection in certain designated areas. Solo hiking is technically allowed, but it's strongly discouraged due to the remoteness and unpredictable terrain of Mount Ololokwe. Having a hiking partner or local guide ensures a safer journey and provides essential assistance in case of emergencies or unexpected situations. Nestled in northern Kenya's wild terrain, Samburu National Reserve is a legendary safari destination where raw nature meets cultural richness beside the winding Ewaso Ingiro River. Covering 165 square kilometers, this protected wilderness borders Buffalo Springs and thrives as a refuge for wildlife, often unseen in Kenya's more crowded reserves. Unlike typical safaris, Samburu offers rare glimpses of the Samburu Special 5, Grevy's zebra, Somali ostrich, Besa oryx, reticulated giraffe, and the uniquely long-necked gerenuk. The area is also famed for its large elephant population, nearly 900 strong, roaming freely along the riverbanks and dusty plains. Predator sightings are common, including lions, cheetahs, and the elusive leopard, which is more frequently spotted here than in many other parks. Kamunyak, the famed lioness known for adopting a baby oryx, once made this dramatic landscape her home. captivating wildlife lovers worldwide. Birdwatchers will be thrilled by over 450 recorded bird species, including vivid bee-eaters, kingfishers, and the striking vulturine guinea fowl. For a different pace, guided nature walks near camps or in nearby conservancies offer chances to encounter wildlife and learn about native plants used in Samburu traditions. Walks range from gentle hour-long strolls to longer treks, lasting up to 5 hours, each revealing more about the reserve's rhythm and secrets. Given the region's semi-arid climate, visitors should pack wisely. Water, sun protection, and lightweight clothing are essential for navigating the hot, thorny environment. Morning or evening walks are best, as midday heat can be intense, especially in this sun-baked corner of northern Kenya. Unlike Hell's Gate National Park, walking within Samburu Reserve itself is restricted, except in designated areas near certain camps or lodges. Longer walking adventures typically pair with game drives and open-air lunches for a fuller experience of the wild landscape. Adding cultural depth to your journey, the Samburu people closely related to the Maasai remain deeply traditional, their lives centered on cattle, camels, and generations-old customs. Beneath the timeless shadow of snow-draped Mount Kenya lies a land where conservation and wilderness meet, creating a powerful reminder of what it means to protect what's truly rare. Ol Pejeta Conservancy sits at the mountain's foot, a breathtaking expanse known worldwide for its role in protecting endangered species, including the planet's last 2 northern white rhinos. These final 2 rhinos, both female, live under constant surveillance within a specially fenced enclosure designed to shield them from the ever-present threat of poaching. The endangered species enclosure also protects black rhinos, grevy's zebras, and Jackson's wildebeests, all of which are fighting for survival due to habitat loss and poaching. Beyond the fence, the conservancy teems with life. Lions stalk the golden plains, elephants browse whistling thorn trees, and giraffes drift silently through the savannah. A number of lions have been fitted with GPS tracking collars, allowing rangers to monitor their movement and ensure their safety within the vast 360 square kilometer protected area. Visitors can join rangers on lion tracking expeditions during the cool morning and late afternoon hours, from 6:30 to 8:30 and again from 15:30 to 17:30. Game drives here offer more than just sightings. They offer intimate, reflective moments in nature, where every glance feels like a privilege, not just a photo opportunity. Most Ol Pejeta visits include lion tracking and exploring the endangered species enclosure, typically split across the first day between morning and afternoon adventures. Despite challenges like COVID-19, rising populations, and climate change, Ol Pejeta has proven that both wildlife and communities can thrive in harmony. This 90,000-acre reserve is held in trust for the Kenyan people and operates as Pejeta Ranching Limited, generating income through tourism and sustainable agriculture. Management falls under Pejeta Conservancy Limited, a non-profit organization guided by a volunteer board and supported through global philanthropic and grant-based funding. All profits are reinvested into wildlife protection, habitat preservation, and meaningful community development projects around the Conservancy's borders. In 2024, Pejeta celebrated its 20th anniversary, marking 2 decades of impact and renewing its commitment as a global guardian of nature for future generations. Here, conservation is not just an effort, it's a way of life, a promise to both wildlife and people that the future will hold space for them to flourish together. In the vast, arid stretches of Kenya's Rift Valley province, the Turkana tribe maintains a nomadic way of life shaped by survival, tradition, and a deep bond with the land. As the third largest pastoralist community in Kenya, the Turkana outnumber even the Maasai, tracing their roots back to the Karamojong region of northeastern Uganda. According to oral legend, they entered Kenya while chasing a disobedient bull, a journey that has become part of their cultural identity, passed through generations. Unlike many other tribes, the Turkana were barely affected by colonial forces, as their dry homeland held little appeal for outside interference. Their settlements are never permanent. They follow the rhythm of nature, moving wherever food and water sources still remain. When the plains dry out, herders lead non-milking livestock to the greener mountain slopes, where vegetation survives just a bit longer. The Turkana dress vibrantly, like the Maasai and Samburu, with women wearing bold, beaded necklaces and men coloring their hair using earth-toned soil. A woman's jewelry reflects her social standing, with each layer and design carrying symbolic meaning tied to age, family, and status. Their society is structured around families and clans, with a unique alternating lineage system between leopard and stone divisions passed through generations. Girls inherit their father's division until marriage, at which point they transition into their husband's clan division as part of traditional norms. Leadership is informal and decentralized, but certain individuals gain influence through wealth, warrior prowess, spiritual roles, and admirable character. Women are central to the home, building shelters each time the homestead moves, and crafting intricate beadwork passed down through generations. Livestock sustains their entire livelihood. Milk, blood, meat, and hides offer everything from food to currency in the Turkana world. Though they rely on animals as much as the Maasai, the Turkana do not view them with the same spiritual reverence, focusing more on practical survival. Established to protect the lush Aberdare mountain range, this park boasts rich biodiversity and dramatic landscapes shaped by elevation and persistent moisture. Aberdare National Park lies about 100 kilometers north of Nairobi, perched in a high-altitude region that's often wrapped in mist and cloaked in heavy rainfall throughout the year. Due to the high altitude, the park remains wet and foggy year-round, with many roads becoming completely inaccessible during the rainy seasons. From March to May, and again from October to December, heavy rains render much of the terrain difficult to navigate without proper vehicles. The drier months, January, February, and June, through September, offer better conditions for wildlife viewing and scenic exploration. Beyond its natural beauty, the Aberdares also hold historical significance as the backdrop of the Mau Mau Rebellion in the 1952. European settlers, drawn to the fertile lands for crops like tea and coffee, displaced local communities with colonial approval, sparking resentment and resistance. Mau Mau fighters, familiar with the dense forest terrain, used it as a secret base to launch attacks and evade capture for years. Despite the turbulent past, Aberdare is now a peaceful sanctuary, teeming with wildlife and opportunities for immersive safari experiences. It hosts the second largest population of black rhinos in Kenya, giving visitors a strong chance of spotting this critically endangered species. Other animals frequently seen here include elephants, leopards, lions, colobus monkeys, baboons, and several species of antelope. Its thick bamboo forests and misty moorlands provide shelter and food for both predators and prey in this secluded wilderness. Tsavo National Park, stretching nearly 22,000 square kilometers, holds the title of Kenya's largest park and ranks among the biggest wildlife sanctuaries in the world. Because of its enormous size, Tsavo was divided into Tsavo East and Tsavo West, separated by the major Nairobi-Mombasa highway, Each region offers distinct landscapes and wildlife experiences, making it ideal for varied safari adventures across just one destination. It also pairs easily with Amboseli National Park for those seeking a two-destination safari itinerary in southern Kenya. Tsavo is most famously known for its red elephants and the legendary man-eating lions of the late 1800s. In 1898, two male lions killed 135 railway workers over 9 months during the construction of the Kenya-Uganda Railway. Eventually shot by Colonel John Patterson, the lion's taxidermied remains are now displayed in the Chicago Natural History Museum. Their descendants still roam Tsavo today, though they now hunt zebras and gazelles instead of humans. Tsavo's red elephants owe their unusual color to frequent dust baths in the region's rich, red volcanic soil. Though the elephants aren't genetically red, their distinctive hue has become one of the park's most iconic sights. Tsavo also hosts the full Big Five lion, elephant, buffalo, leopard, and rhino, along with giraffes, zebras, hyenas, hippos, crocodiles, and many species of antelope. With over 500 bird species recorded, the park offers one of the most diverse birdwatching experiences in East Africa. Its fertile surroundings support a wide range of crops, making the region crucial to Kenya's food and export economy. Kitale lies in western Kenya and serves as a vibrant agricultural hub nestled between burnt orange farmlands and flower-filled greenhouses destined for European markets. Kitale is the final major town before the A1 highway stretches north into more remote, sparsely populated areas. As a market town, it draws farmers and traders from across the region, creating a lively and colorful atmosphere. It's also considered one of Kenya's most culturally diverse towns, home to a mosaic of communities and traditions. The town boasts a strong business presence, with everything from local craft vendors to modern retail shops. Tourists can explore open-air stalls offering handmade souvenirs, textiles, and traditional art. Restaurants here reflect the region's multicultural flair, serving both local dishes and international options for a variety of palates. Sampling fresh Kenyan cuisine in Kitale is a memorable experience for both casual travelers and food lovers. The town's warm hospitality and laid-back rhythm make it a relaxing stopover on the way to northern Kenya. Kitale Museum offers insight into the region's cultural and natural history, ideal for those wanting context beyond the fields. Nearby attractions like Mount Elgon and Saiwa Swamp add eco-adventure to the experience, appealing to nature enthusiasts. Sometimes, the most captivating places are just a short drive from the chaos of a city, waiting quietly with stories written in water, wind, and wildlife. Not far from Nairobi, Lake Naivasha rises like a tranquil mirror in the Great Rift Valley, cradled by swamps and ancient forests. Tucked in Nakuru County, the lake sits at an elevation of 1,884 meters, making it the highest among all Rift Valley lakes in Kenya. Covering 139 square kilometers, the lake dominates the landscape, while its bordering swamp extends another 64 square kilometers, creating a unique wetland ecosystem. Around the shores, tall fever trees stretch skyward, their yellow bark glowing against the water, sheltering countless bird species and small mammals. Lake Naivasha's surface expands and contracts based on rainfall, and it even dried up entirely during the early 20th century. Only 98 kilometers from Nairobi, the lake is accessible via Old Naivasha Road and the KD 8-inch just under 3 hours. Its convenient location makes it a favorite weekend escape for city dwellers seeking wildlife, scenery, and cool highland air. To avoid crowds, travelers often visit midweek or use Naivasha as a peaceful base for exploring the broader region. Hell's Gate National Park lies nearby, easily reached within an hour's drive, making it a natural extension to a lakeside stay. Positioned between Nairobi and Nakuru, Lake Naivasha is a logical stop for those traversing Kenya's central corridor. Home to over 1,500 hippos and countless flamingos, the lake teems with life both above and below the surface. This vital freshwater body supports not just biodiversity, but also flower farming, fishing, and geothermal energy, though its fragile ecosystems face mounting pressure from rapid development and farming. This is a vast forest covered with thick green trees that create a peaceful and refreshing atmosphere for all who visit. It attracts those who love nature and enjoy discovering hidden places through quiet walks in the woods. The forest is especially beautiful in the morning when sunlight filters through the leaves, casting soft shadows on the ground. A winding trail runs through the heart of the forest, making it easier for explorers to travel deeper into the trees. Along the trail, visitors may come across birds singing, wildflowers blooming, or small animals darting through the undergrowth. This forest offers a perfect escape from the noise of daily life, bringing calm to those who wander its shaded paths. In a region known for dramatic landscapes and geological wonders, few places in Kenya feel as raw and untamed as Lake Bogoria. Tucked within the Great Rift Valley, this alkaline soda lake is famed for its bubbling hot springs and vast flocks of flamingos. Recognized as both a UNESCO World Heritage Site and an important bird and biodiversity area, the lake attracts over 300 waterbird species. The lake's mineral-rich waters support massive blooms of blue-green algae, which in turn feed up to 1.5 million lesser flamingos. Despite its global ecological importance, Lake Bogoria remains one of Kenya's least crowded natural gems, especially in the early morning. Predators like tawny eagles soar above the lake, drawn by the dense flocks below, forming a striking food chain in action. Birdwatchers will also find storks, hornbills, herons, spoonbills, and sacred ibis thriving in this rich ecosystem. Although the shorelines are harsh due to high alkalinity, wildlife such as kudu antelope still roam the area freely. In the southern woodlands, you might glimpse buffalo, impala, warthogs, baboons, and occasionally a solitary leopard. In the heart of East Africa, there's a river that turns into one of nature's most intense battlegrounds every year. This is the legendary Mara River. Nicknamed the River of Death, it's feared and famous for its brutal role in the Great Migration, a wildlife spectacle unlike any other. From July to September, millions of wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles stampede across the plains, risking everything as they plunge into Mara's crocodile-infested waters. The steep riverbanks, swirling currents, and lurking predators make every crossing a desperate fight for survival and a breathtaking moment for lucky spectators. Travelers from across the globe visit this region during the migration months in hopes of witnessing this raw, unforgettable event. However, no one can predict the exact timing of the crossings, so planning a longer stay between July and September increases your chances significantly. Even if you miss the dramatic river crossing, the Mara River remains rich in wildlife all year round, offering unforgettable sightings. Hippos lounge in the calmer pools, Nile crocodiles bask on muddy banks, and elephants wander close by, adding to the thrill of exploration. Because the Great Migration overlaps with peak game viewing season, the area teems with animal activity no matter the exact migration timing. Scientists continue to study the migration's unpredictable patterns, but its mystery only adds to the river's magnetic appeal. If your schedule allows only a short trip, you might not catch the crossing, but the region still promises rewarding wildlife encounters. The Mara River is more than just a migration route. It's a lifeline that sustains one of the richest ecosystems in Africa. Though often overshadowed by the savannahs and safari parks, Lake Victoria quietly holds some of East Africa's most surprising and overlooked natural and cultural treasures. Spanning Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, this vast freshwater lake covers an area of 68,000 square kilometers and supports millions of people through fishing and tourism. Despite its size, only 6% of its shoreline lies within Kenya, making the country's section of the lake a hidden gem for travelers. Lake Victoria feels more like a shallow inland sea than a lake, with an average depth of just 85 meters and unpredictable weather conditions year-round. Its basin experiences everything from tropical rainforest to semi-dry savanna climates, with temperatures ranging between 1-2 degrees Celsius and 2-6 degrees Celsius. Rainfall accounts for nearly all the lake's water supply, while evaporation and outflow through the Nile nearly balance it out. Beneath its calm surface lies the world's largest freshwater fishery, producing over 1 million tons of fish and supporting 4 million people. However, the lake faces growing threats such as deforestation, pollution, and wetland degradation, which affect both its biodiversity and communities. Birds, hippos, and crocodiles thrive in the lake's swampy bays, surrounded by open landscapes and pockets of evergreen forest. Luxury lodges now dot its islands, offering an alternative travel experience away from typical wildlife itineraries in Kenya and Tanzania. Although not as famous as the Serengeti or Maasai Mara, Lake Victoria's scenery and ecological importance are just as impressive. Its rich history includes a complete dryout, 17,300 years ago, with the lake only refilling around 14,700 years ago. Where lava once flowed freely and predators once ruled unchecked, Tsavo West now unfolds as one of Kenya's most dramatic and mysterious landscapes. Tucked beneath skies brushed with cloud shadows, the park stretches endlessly, shaped by volcanic rock, rolling savanna, and ancient tales of survival. It's here that Mzima Springs bursts through parched lava beds, releasing 1 million gallons of crystal-clear water and forming a rare oasis in the wild. Palm-lined rivers shimmer in the sun, surrounded by hills, woodland, and pockets of dense bush that make Tsavo West feel almost otherworldly. This is Kenya's second largest protected area, long associated with the chilling legacy of the infamous man-eater lions of 1898. These lions halted the Kenya-Uganda railway construction, their attacks becoming part of Tsavo's haunting, unforgettable history. Today, the park offers some of the most exclusive game drives in the country, often without encountering another vehicle on the trail. Despite its low animal density, Tsavo West is home to the Big Five and several rare species typical of northern Kenya. Its dense vegetation and thick shrubs challenge wildlife viewing, but experienced guides know exactly where to look. Wildlife tends to be more active during early mornings and late evenings, making these the best times for game drives. Rainfall in Tsavo West is rare, even during the wet season, making it an excellent choice for shoulder season travel. From July to September and December to March, visitors enjoy dry weather, short grasses, and higher chances of spotting animals. Waterholes and riverbanks attract herds during these months, providing memorable scenes just steps from many lodges. Though March to May and October to November bring some rains, the park remains more accessible than many other reserves in Kenya. Centuries of maritime winds have carried not just goods, but also cultures, ideas, and religions along the East African coast. Mombasa emerged from these exchanges as a city deeply woven with Swahili, Arabic, Indian, and European influences. Its old town feels like stepping into a different era, where ornately carved doors and coral stone houses line narrow, winding alleys. The architecture speaks volumes: balconies leaning over the streets, lattice windows, and mosques echo the city's multicultural soul. Spices fill the air as local shops overflow with traditional crafts, from hand-woven baskets to fragrant incense and colorful textiles. The 16th century Mandri Mosque stands as a spiritual landmark and reminder of the city's enduring Islamic heritage. On Moi Avenue, the iconic Mombasa tusks arch overhead, a symbolic entrance marking both history and progress. Beyond its cultural beauty, Mombasa is East Africa's busiest seaport and a cornerstone of Kenya's economic lifeline. Each year, the port processes around 1 million containers, handling exports like tea, coffee, and horticultural products. Goods are transported efficiently inland using a modern railway system that links the coastal port to interior dry ports. Mombasa also supports trade for several landlocked countries, including Uganda, Rwanda, Ethiopia, and South Sudan. The port's expanding capacity strengthens regional integration and plays a vital role in sustaining local livelihoods and international trade. In the heart of central Kenya, just below the snow-capped peaks of Mount Kenya, lies a land where wildlife and people share ancient trails. Laikipia stretches across 9,000 square kilometers of diverse rangeland, forming part of the broader Laikipia Samburu ecosystem in the Rift Valley. Here, endangered species like black rhinos, grevy's zebras, and African wild dogs roam freely outside of formally protected national parks. Lions, elephants, and vultures inhabit the same landscapes as pastoralist families, whose livelihoods depend on livestock herding. The land is a mosaic of private conservancies, commercial ranches, and community-owned territories, working together to balance ecology and economy. Laikipia's lodges are more than places to sleep. They're secluded eco-retreats designed to offer privacy, comfort, and deep connection with nature. Tented camps built with sustainable materials blend into the wild, often set hours apart for uninterrupted immersion in the environment. Safari here is personal and peaceful, offering close-up experiences with rare wildlife and sweeping views of untouched terrain. The region's weather is highly variable, with climate change complicating the already unpredictable patterns of rainfall and drought. Dry seasons, usually from December to March, and again from July to October, provide excellent wildlife sightings near waterholes and dusty plains. During the lush green months from April to June and around November, the landscape becomes a haven for birdwatchers and photographers. These months also bring newborn animals, dramatic skies, and rich colors that transform the savanna into something almost magical. In a land shaped by shifting plates and ancient forces, Lake Baringo quietly reflects the drama of Kenya's remote west-central Rift Valley. This rare freshwater lake, one of only two in Kenya's Rift Valley, lies northward beyond most tourist routes, untouched by crowds. Fed by several rivers, yet with no visible outlet, Baringo's waters are believed to vanish into hidden fractures beneath the bedrock. Periods of drought and irrigation once shrank its shores, but recent northern Kenya floods have dramatically raised water levels. These unpredictable surges have submerged infrastructure, displaced communities, and altered the fragile balance of local tourism. Sediment from the floods has further muddied the ecosystem, threatening both livelihoods and the stability of the lakeside environment. Unlike many Rift Valley lakes, Baringo's freshwater keeps the flamingos away, but it welcomes an astonishing diversity of other bird species. Over 470 species, including herons, fish eagles, and owls, nest, feed, and migrate through this avian sanctuary year-round. The lake serves as a vital pit stop for global and intra-African migratory birds, drawing birdwatchers from across the world. Seven fish species swim its waters, including the endemic Nile tilapia, supporting both biodiversity and local fishing economies. Fishing is not just tradition here, it's a cornerstone of survival for surrounding communities who live off its seasonal bounty. Though rain falls in two seasons, the dry months from July to September and January to March offer the best wildlife experiences. Few capital cities in the world can claim to have lions and rhinos roaming just minutes from their business districts, yet Nairobi does. Nairobi National Park lies just beyond the city skyline, but despite this proximity to urban life, its wilderness is under unprecedented pressure. Once home to over 30,000 wildebeest, the park now hosts only a few hundred, their migration blocked by roads, fences, and unchecked development. This shrinking sanctuary is becoming an ecological island, with wildlife hemmed in by infrastructure and the ever-sprawling capital. Savannahs, riverine woodlands, and acacia forests still shelter endangered black rhinos, lions, cheetahs, leopards, giraffes, and shy nocturnal hyenas. Despite increasing threats, Nairobi National Park remains one of Kenya's most successful black rhino sanctuaries, protecting these ancient creatures from extinction. Its skies are just as lively as its plains, filled with over 400 bird species, including rare Palearctic migrants from November through March. Even bird novices find joy in spotting secretary birds, stalking the grass, or watching ostriches and marabou storks loom against the backdrop of the city. The contrast of wild nature and urban skyline creates a surreal but powerful reminder of what's at stake. From June to September, the dry season offers prime wildlife viewing as thirsty animals cluster near waterholes. Rainy months from March to May and October to November bring lush growth, but high grasses can hinder game spotting and limit driving access. The future of this urban oasis hinges on urgent conservation, responsible planning, and support from those who recognize its irreplaceable value. Some coastal towns charm with white sand, others with coral reefs, but Watamu offers both, wrapped in a rhythm that's uniquely Kenyan. Situated about 105 kilometers north of Mombasa, this small seaside town draws visitors with its clear waters, vibrant marine life, and relaxed atmosphere. Watamu Beach is famous for its warm turquoise waters that invite snorkelers and divers into an underwater world teeming with life. Just 300 meters offshore lies the Watamu Marine National Park, a sanctuary for around 600 fish species and dozens of corals. From octopuses and whale sharks to manta rays and sea turtles, the park bursts with marine biodiversity rarely found so close to land. Snorkeling here feels like drifting through a living kaleidoscope, where delicate fan corals and vibrant reef fish dance in crystal clear water. Visitors can swim out during low tide or join local boat tours to explore the reef and deeper coral gardens. The beach also serves as a nesting site for green, hawksbill, and olive ridley turtles from April to October. Watamu's reefs shelter over 150 species of hard and soft coral, including brain corals, sponge colonies, and tree-like structures. The town's culture reflects a fusion of Kenyan warmth, Italian flavors, and Arab heritage, seen in its food and local life. Italian expats have brought authentic gelato and pizza, adding a Mediterranean twist to this tropical escape. The dry season from July to October brings clear skies and milder heat, ideal for swimming and reef exploration. While seaweed may wash ashore in mid-year months, Watamu's appeal runs much deeper than the surface of its sands. Straddling the Kenya-Tanzania border, Lake Chala is a mesmerizing crater lake fed by underground springs from Mount Kilimanjaro. Believed to be the deepest inland lake in Africa, it formed about 250,000 years ago and lies just 8 kilometers north of Pejeta. The surrounding landscape shifts dramatically, from volcanic savannas and ancient riverbeds to pockets of thick bush and lakeshore forests. Visitors often describe the place as magical, especially when the wind howls through the crater, echoing like waves crashing on a distant shore. Despite modern access, local legends still linger, and some villagers remain wary of descending to its mysterious, moaning waters. Far from the tourist trails of Kenya's bustling cities lies a land where rugged mountains and sweeping valleys guard secrets few outsiders have seen. Nestled along the western Rift Valley and bordering Uganda, West Pokot County is named after the Pokot or Souk people, its proud indigenous community. The county's striking topography, marked by steep escarpments and low-lying floodplains, has earned it the title Land of Hidden Treasures. Elevations shift dramatically, rising from arid plains near Turkana to misty highlands over 10,000 feet above sea level. This variation shapes a climate that ranges from cold mountain rainforests to dry, semi-desert landscapes. West Pokot's raw terrain and dramatic beauty remain among the region's most captivating natural features. Its ecosystems are diverse, untouched, and richly layered from forested slopes to wide, winding rivers that cut through deep valleys. Home to the semi-Hamitic Pokot people, the area maintains a strong cultural identity shaped by centuries of self-sufficiency. Traditionally resistant to outside influence, the Pokot people are known for their reserved demeanor and strong connection to the land. Despite this, their unspoken hospitality often surprises visitors who venture into their remote homeland. Beyond its scenery and culture, the county sits atop a wealth of mineral deposits, including gold and limestone. Today, small-scale mining is underway, but large-scale commercial operations have yet to be realized. With the right investment, these resources could spark an economic transformation that redefines West Pokot's future. Here, the mighty Athi River tumbles down 14 consecutive waterfalls, a dramatic descent once known to the Kikuyu as Thagana, meaning the place of great noise. Though still visually striking from afar, the closer you get, the more the falls reveal signs of environmental distress. The unmistakable stench of sewage hangs in the air, and plastic waste, shoes, and bottles clutter the flowing waters. Once a thriving destination for weekend getaways and cultural ceremonies, its popularity has waned under the weight of neglect. (14) Falls used to draw crowds eager to swim, hike, fish, or camp near its powerful cascades. Today, these activities are still possible, but they're overshadowed by pollution concerns that deter many would-be visitors. The falls are most powerful during the rainy seasons, March to May and October to December, when water thunders over the rocks in full force. Despite this seasonal drama, the site's current condition stands as a somber reminder of the urgent need for conservation. Rising from the arid Tsavo Plains, the Taita Hills unfold into a landscape of dramatic elevation and rare biodiversity. Stretching from 700 to 2,208 meters above sea level, the region is split into two distinct zones, the flat Tsavo lowlands and the mountainous highlands. The lowlands are dotted with Inselbergs, including Mount Kasagau, which peaks at 1,600 meters and protects a precious patch of mountain cloud forest. Further up, the Taita Hills are crowned by Vuria, the highest peak at 2,208 meters, along with several other forested or rocky summits. These ancient hills form part of the Eastern Arc Mountains, recognized as one of the planet's top 34 biodiversity hotspots. Within the forest, fragments on the hills survive numerous plant and animal species found nowhere else in Africa. However, these ecosystems face growing pressure from agricultural expansion and human activity. Although most forests have long been managed by the Taita County Council, the Kenya Forest Policy 2005 proposed formal protection through gazettement. The same policy also advocates for community-led conservation through participatory forest management. In the highlands, intensive agriculture supports nearly 78% of the population, often through small-scale subsistence farming. Unfortunately, this demand for farmland has led to extensive clearing of indigenous forests. At the same time, exotic tree species like eucalyptus, pine, and cypress have been introduced on less fertile or rocky plots. Balancing forest preservation with local livelihoods remains a critical challenge for the future of the Taita Hills. In a region famed for its wildlife and vast plains, few expect to find a mountain with a history older than the Rift Valley itself. Mount Elgon rises dramatically on the Kenya-Uganda border, about 140 kilometers northeast of Lake Victoria. This ancient volcano, estimated to be around 24 million years old, is the largest and oldest solitary volcanic mountain in East Africa. Covering roughly 4,000 square kilometers, it spans a striking range of altitudes, from 1,750 to 4,300 meters. The mountain's landscape shifts with elevation, starting with savanna grasslands at the base that gradually give way to woodlands and montane forests. These forests are rich in biodiversity and serve as a refuge for various rare species of flora and fauna. Higher up, the terrain transitions into rugged moorland, home to unique plants, specially adapted to cooler, harsher conditions. This vertical tapestry of vegetation makes Mount Elgon a fascinating site for ecological research and nature exploration. Hiking here is a rare chance to immerse in nature without the barrier of a vehicle, unlike most Kenyan national parks. Tucked away along the A1 road northeast of Kitale, Kapenguria serves as the capital of West Pokot County in Kenya. This modest town forms a municipality with 7 wards and had a population of around 56,000 during the 1999 census. All municipal wards fall under Kapenguria constituency, which includes 23 wards in total, shared with other local authorities. Just a short distance from Saiwa Swamp National Park, the town is rich in both natural charm and historical importance. The Kapenguria Museum, housed in the prison where Jomo Kenyatta was jailed in 1953, offers a sobering look into Kenya's path to independence. This pivotal site draws visitors who wish to learn more about the Mau Mau Rebellion and the leaders who shaped modern Kenya. Kapenguria is also home to legendary long-distance runner Tegla Larupe, a former world record holder in multiple races. She established the annual peace race here to unite 8 local tribes once divided by conflict. Her commitment to peace also led to the founding of the Tegla Larupe Peace Academy, offering education to orphans of tribal wars. The town has become a symbol of both resistance and reconciliation, blending political history with social progress. Today, Kapenguria thrives as a regional hub, with vibrant markets and essential services supporting daily life. When coastal towns grow too crowded or commercialized, some travelers start searching for places that still feel untouched and quietly magical. Kilifi, nestled between Malindi and Watamu, offers that rare sense of discovery where white sands, gentle waves, and a creative coastal spirit define everyday life. The town has become a haven for those leaving behind the hustle of Nairobi, drawn by its slower pace, stunning scenery, and excellent international schools like Kivukoni. Housing demand has surged thanks to a steady influx of long-term residents, making beachfront villas and cottages in Kilifi increasingly sought after and harder to find. Bofa Beach, Kilifi's shining star, boasts blindingly white sand, tranquil waters, and hidden rock pools teeming with starfish and shells during low tide. When the tide rolls back in, the waves offer perfect conditions for kite surfing and sailing, though Bofa remains blissfully underdeveloped, no shops, toilets, or crowds. Swimming across Kilifi Creek is a beloved local tradition, made possible by the calm waters that also welcome kayakers, sailors, and wakeboarders year-round. At 3 degrees south, visitors can rent gear or take lessons in sailing, windsurfing, water skiing, or even yachting, making it a water sports hub on the coast. High season begins in July, when the Great Migration draws crowds to Kenya and gradually fills even offbeat corners like Kilifi with curious travelers. In the heart of Kenya's Great Rift Valley lies a land where heat, salt, and silence create a landscape that feels almost otherworldly. This place shimmers like a mirage, revealing a vast, surreal lake that challenges expectations and defies the usual image of water. Lake Magadi appears in hues of brown, shifting with heat waves, creating an illusion of movement across its barren, salty expanse. During the dry season, the lake shrinks, exposing a crusty salt pan that seems unwelcoming yet fascinating in its cracked, textured patterns. Adventurers can drive across this terrain in 4x4 second to reach hot springs bubbling in pools of vivid lichen green. The lake is framed by the Aberdares, Loitokitok Hills, and Mau Escarpment, enclosing the most concentrated brine found in Kenya's lake system. Occasionally, the lake's surface turns pink from a massive bloom of algae, reacting to extreme salinity and sunlight. No perennial stream flows into Lake Magadi. Instead, it is sustained by hot saline springs that emerge from deep geothermal sources. These springs, reaching temperatures up to 86 degrees Celsius, flow into alkaline lagoons along the lake's northwestern and southern shores. During the rainy season, a thin layer of brine forms, but evaporates rapidly, leaving behind white trona crusts broken into polygonal shapes. Beneath the lake lies a massive bed of trona, 7 to 40 meters thick, containing over 30 billion metric tons, accumulated over 9,000 years. Most of the trona precipitates as a crystal pavement in central lake areas and partially redissolves with each returning wet season. Even in extremely dry years, the brine level rarely drops more than 2 centimeters below the trona surface, maintaining its chemical balance. From a distance, Nairobi pulses with energy and progress. But just beyond its center lies a place few outsiders truly understand. Kibera, often hidden from tourist maps, is the largest informal settlement in Africa, home to over 1 million people living in extreme density. Since the government does not officially recognize residents, public infrastructure like sewage systems, roads, and clinics is virtually non-existent in this area. Basic services such as clean water, proper sanitation, and healthcare are lacking, contributing to constant health risks for the local population. Pollution fills the air, and soil soot, garbage, and human waste mingle in narrow alleys and stagnant puddles throughout the slum. Malnutrition and disease are widespread, made worse by unclean conditions and the limited access to nutritious food and medical attention. Most homes measure about 8 by 10 feet and shelter anywhere between 2 to 8 people within that cramped space. Over half the adult residents have no reliable source of income, fueling daily insecurity and pushing many further into poverty. Kibera's children face grim odds. Fewer than 15% of those completing grade 8 will advance to high school education. About 40% of school-aged children remain out of school, with girls disproportionately affected due to cultural and economic barriers. Most schools rely on private donations or charities, as they receive no assistance from the Kenyan government or local education authorities. Outside the classroom, idle youth are more likely to encounter drug abuse, crime, and early pregnancies, issues that deepen the cycle of hardship. On our visit, the air was thick with smell and tension. Exploring Kibera means walking carefully, avoiding wastewater trickling through open paths. There's one main road dividing the slum in half. Kevin, our guide, will take us through both sections during the intense 3-hour tour. On misty mornings, just northwest of Nairobi, the cold air carries the scent of damp soil and tea leaves as far as the hills can stretch. This is Limuru, a town of chilly breezes, expansive tea plantations, and quiet industrial progress, nestled just 30 kilometers from Kenya's bustling capital. Its economy is heavily tied to tea, with major factories like Karirana and Mabruki tea estates operating on the fringes of the town. The surrounding tea farms, cultivated since 1903, helped shape Kenya's reputation as a global leader in tea production and agricultural exports. Besides tea, Limuru also hosts the Bata Shoe Company, the largest footwear manufacturer in East and Central Africa, alongside growing industries like Procter & Allen and Polypipes. Despite the cold climate, young people often gather in tea fields on weekends, turning the chilly hills into informal hangout spots full of quiet energy. Temperatures can dip to 10 degrees Celsius in July, prompting locals to wear layered clothing such as scarves, jackets, and thick marvins to stay warm. In the evenings, butcheries serving mutura and bone soup draw crowds, seeking both warmth and community after long days. Others prefer the comfort of home, sitting around a glowing fireplace and sipping hot tea to shake off the cold. Thanks to the new Western Bypass and multiple upgraded roads in Tigoni, Limuru is now more accessible from Nairobi than ever before. Few cities in Africa offer the contrast of urban life and untamed wilderness as strikingly as Nairobi. It's a place where modern skyscrapers rise, near grasslands, roamed by giraffes and zebras. Nairobi is the capital and largest city of Kenya, located in the heart of East Africa. Often called the Green City in the Sun, it boasts numerous parks, gardens, and wildlife reserves. The city is not only a political and economic powerhouse, but also a hub of culture and education. Its skyline is dotted with sleek buildings, but its soul lies in the vibrant neighborhoods and open green spaces. Nairobi enjoys a mild, temperate climate year-round, with temperatures ranging between 15 and 25 degrees Celsius. Travelers interested in cultural landmarks and museums can explore the city comfortably at any time of year. Those drawn to local cuisine and crafts should consider visiting during the festive months at the year's end. The dry season, usually from June to October, is perfect for wildlife lovers hoping to visit the nearby Nairobi National Park. During this time, the vegetation is thinner, making it easier to spot animals in their natural environment. Nairobi's culinary scene features everything from traditional Kenyan dishes to international gourmet cuisine. Markets buzz with activity, offering handmade jewelry, colorful fabrics, and wooden carvings. Despite its rapid growth, Nairobi still feels connected to nature, making it a unique stop for curious travelers. Kenya is a land where nature and tradition live in perfect harmony. Its sweeping savannas and towering mountains stir the soul in quiet, unforgettable ways. Every sunrise brings the sound of wildlife awakening, reminding you how wild and alive the earth still is. From the Maasai culture to the Great Migration, stories unfold with every step you take. The people here welcome you, not just as a guest, but as part of their home. There's a rhythm to Kenya, powerful, ancient, and deeply moving. And once you felt it, you'll never forget the beat.